Alright folks, I feel I owe it to you as a follow-up on the Jeep. So I decided not to go home. I drove it around a lot. Kicking it in and out or letting it transition from 4-cylinder to 8-cylinder mode multiple times, probably 100 times. It's easy to get it to transition. I tried various engine loads, which it only switches from 8 to 4-cylinder at a very specific engine load or on deacceleration. So that was easy enough to do. You know, driving like a drunk man, in and out, hoping for a hiccup, hoping to have something happen. The only thing that did happen is the PO430, the catalyst code came back naturally, or at least set a pinning code for it. I could not, for the life of me, get this thing to act up. So I did what anybody would do in my position. You call somebody smarter than you. So I used the lifeline. I called Keith, a new level, ran down my procedure, told him, hey, we got this Jeep, it's got this 1417, the ECM through strategy, default mode, is turning off the injector because of this code in an attempt to preserve itself. You know, we've checked the solenoid. We know the solenoid works. We know, the coil's good. Injector has the ability to work. Everything is there. It should work, but it's not. The ECM, we clear the code. Boom, pending code. Shuts the injector off. You're right back to where you started. It doesn't go away. I told them what we've discovered, that through doing a reboot, ECU reset, resetting all the adaptives, problem solved. We're back to square one. The truck runs absolutely perfect. And he chuckled in his New York accent, as he usually does, and says, yeah, I've seen it before. He doesn't talk like that, but he says he has ran across this multiple times on various, Chryslers, older ones. He said specifically before, like, 2011-ish, the first generation of these multi-displacement cylinder engines, and doesn't have an explanation for it. And I've gone back through service data just to make sure I didn't glance over something, and it doesn't appear that I did. We followed the right procedure, assuming we were going to find something at fault with the MDS solenoid, if you will, and we didn't. We could clearly tell that cylinder is functioning just fine. It has the ability to pump air perfectly, valve timing perfect. Just computer stuff, logic, and it was stuck. Whether it's adaptive memory, however it adapts to when that cylinder turns off and turns on. At some point, I don't know if the codes have been cleared a bunch of times with the catalytic converter code being there. I don't know. I don't know why the adapters were so skewed to the point that just finally kiboshed the whole system, not going to turn you back on, period. That's it. I'm done with it. I'm going to ship it. Granted, I'll probably drive it some more tomorrow to be sure. So that's it. That's where I'm at. It's some kind of computer logic issue, some kind of adaptive that has adapted to its maximum limit and has now set the code and will not clear it until you do a reboot. Unfortunately, I wish that procedure was in the beginning of service info, where they said, hey, give this a go first. Should I have done it first? I don't know. Hindsight's always 20/20, so we'll say, yeah, you should have. Next time, will I? You betcha. And that's it. We're going to keep moving. So that's my follow-up, guys. Thanks for watching.